On the morning of Wednesday, the 2nd of April 2025, a serious incident occurred on the M1 line. As the incident has been given lots of airtime in the media, I will assume most people here have already seen vision of the incident. In this video, I want to explain what we know happened, what I think is the most likely chain of events that led to the incident based on what's been confirmed, and how this could be prevented in the future. I want to preface this all with a few statements. 1. I don't know exactly what happened. I'm only making an educated guess, however, I have high confidence in my analysis. 2. A full report will be written most likely by the New South Wales Office of Transport Safety Investigations, or OTSI, and you can expect an interim statement of facts to be published in the coming weeks. 3. The metro is a very safe mode of transport. What happened on Wednesday was a very exceptional case, and whilst it shouldn't have happened in the first place, the preventative actions are very simple and quick to implement. The line doesn't need to be shut down. If there was a genuine risk to public safety, it would have already happened. The Rail, Tram and Bus Union need to stop commenting on matters of safety and let actual safety regulators do the deciding. I'll start with the facts. From the videos taken by people on the train and from official reports in the press, we know the train was stopped at Chatswood. At the conclusion of station duties, the doors closed, except the incident door, which remained open. The Operations Control Centre attempted to close the door remotely, but this was unsuccessful. A customer operations lead was then sent to attempt to close the door alongside the on-train customer journey coordinator. Whilst attempting to use an unnamed door override, the train departed towards Crow's Nest at line speed. The train travelled for about a minute before the OCC remotely engaged an emergency stop. Once stopped, the on-train staff did manage to close the door, and the train continued to Crow's Nest. I've heard conflicting information as to whether the train remained in service or not. The likely chain of events. The unnamed door override that was used was almost certainly the door interlock isolation. For context, the door interlock is an electrical circuit that runs through all doors of the train. If a door opens, the circuit is broken. Power can only flow to the motors when the interlock circuit is closed. This creates a fail-safe condition, in that if a door is open, the motors cannot be supplied with power. There are, however, cases where doors need to be opened whilst underway, for example in testing. This obviously cannot happen in revenue service. However, it is possible to isolate individual doors from the interlock circuit, allowing the circuit to close with one or more doors still open. When the train crew isolated the interlock on the incident door, the train's automatic train operation controllers would have concluded that it was safe to depart, as far as it was concerned, the interlock circuit was closed. I do not know whether the intention was to isolate the door interlock. My gut feeling is that it was isolated by mistake, when really the power supply to the doors should have been isolated to allow them to be closed by hand. Once closed, they could have been locked by hand and the interlock circuit would have been made. If this was the case, the root cause of the accident was human error of the train crew. The only other case I can perceive was that some form of train blocking was not correctly applied by the OCC to prevent the train from departing. Again, this would result in human error being to blame. It is likely that both the train crew and the OCC shared the blame, as some form of train blocking should have been applied anyway, and the interlock should not have been isolated with the train in revenue service. This leads me to reason that the metro being driverless is not inherently dangerous. The incident occurred as a result of human error interfering with the automation, which was working as intended. Remember that the package of automatic train control, train protection, and communications-based signalling is supplied as a commercial product that has been used not only in Sydney already for 5 years, but also in other cities around the world. The automated systems have too many layers of fail-safes to allow something like this to occur on their own. As for preventative measures, OCC procedures should require train blocking to be provided whenever a fault is detected, which needs immediate rectification. A possible engineering measure would be changing of the interlock keys to require a special key only held by a few individuals, thus making it impossible to accidentally isolate the interlock. OTSI, assuming they do the investigation, will use data including the train's event recorder, CCTV, witness testimony and vision, and will analyse the procedures and culture of Metro Trains Sydney, the operator of the M1, to conclusively report on the causal factors of the incident, and will provide a list of recommendations to Metro Trains Sydney. I will answer any other questions you may have in the comments below to the best of my ability. Thanks for watching, and thanks to my channel members for their ongoing generosity.